Hello. I wanted to come on and talk to you guys today about basically quantum surfing, how we are quantum surfing um, sometimes, and we don't want to be quantum surfing. We want to be literally living the identity that we want on an everyday basis, right? We want to wake up to that identity every single day. Hold on, guys. Let me get my lighting right. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. So I'm currently in the midst of shifting my identity right now as well. So I wanted to get on here and really talk to you guys about how important it is to be very present during this time and very aware, because this is that time when, things are going to get a little tricky. So when you are wanting to shift your life, shift your 3D, you got to shift your identity, right? So you got to really stop identifying with the person that you are and who you have been, right? And so when you want to see something different, you have to be someone different. And in the midst of the shifting, it can be really hard for people because people will get tripped up by the 3D, right? The 3D is not showing you exactly what you want to see as quickly as you want to see it. And therefore, guess what? You're going to give up, right? Because your 3D isn't producing the results that you want. And so it's very important that you make sure that you are not being a reactor to your 3D unless you are using that information as a gauge, okay, to catapult you and help you do better in the future. But you really don't want to be reacting to your reality, right? The 3D is here to be a gauge for you to let you know how you're doing. And so a lot of times people will get caught up in the 3D and what it's showing them, and that will hinder them from propelling. Why? Because they're looping. They're looking at the 3D and seeing that things aren't working out, especially as quickly as they want it to, right? So they're looping, right? And that is a problem because in order to shift the 3D, you have to create it. You have to tap into, you basically have to align with it. It already exists, right? Okay. So it already exists. And because it already exists, you want to align with that energy. You want to embody that energy so that your 3D will shift. So instead of quantum surfing, and which is what a lot of people do, instead of quantum surfing, you want to maintain the vibration of your new identity. That's what we're going to be talking about today. All right. So when I say quantum surfing, that means that you are like jumping timelines without being grounded. When you're jumping those timelines, you ever met somebody who's gotten a great like payout or gotten a big bonus or gotten, won the lottery, and months later they're broke, and you're like, what in the world? You just had $300,000. Like, how did you lose that so much? Well, they quantum surfed. I call it quantum surfing. They quantum surfed into a realm, and they were feeling abundant. They embodied abundance. They tapped into that frequency. They embodied it, right? Long enough to acquire that abundance. But since they did not anchor in, basically, it's like they didn't anchor in that identity of being an abundant person, they automatically revert back to who they are. Okay, to who they are. All right. And when you revert, when we are self-sabotaging, when we are doing these things, what's happening is you're always going to revert back to your dominant frequency. So that's how you know who you are, where you stand with certain things. This is going to be your gauge when it comes to your life, right? If you want to know how you stand with love, look at how you feel about it now, right? How do you feel about love, right? How do you feel about relationships? Okay, when you want to know how you feel about abundance, where do you stand right now when it comes to money, right? Where do you stand right now when it comes to financial stability? This is how you gauge, okay? So in order for you to shift your life, you have to know where you are right now, what you're currently going through. You have to know what has been hindering you in the past, all right? You do not want to continue to stay in a loop. We're not here to suffer. You're not here to be looping your life, looping trauma cycles. No, that's not what you're here to do. You're here to prosper. And the only way that you're going to be able to prosper is if you start paying attention to what is going on. A lot of you guys are quantum surfing. A lot of us, right? A lot of us are just, we're not able to hold on to our manifestations. And if you find that you're not able to hold on to that good job or hold on to that great relationship or hold on to that financial stability or whatever the case may be, that's your clear sign that you are not maintaining the identity of already having. All right. So most people can raise their frequency, but they can't hold it. Okay. Most people can. They can raise their frequency, but they cannot hold it. Right. Okay. And so manifestation isn't about jumping. It isn't about jumping timelines. It's about anchoring the ones that align with your evolved identity, not where you are right now, but where you want to be. All right. So when you are interested in transforming your life, you have to have a target, right? First of all, what is your target? What are you going to focus on? Okay. All right. So once you choose something that you're going to focus on now, this is key. This is key, right? As long as you can have laser focus on your goal, right? You shall achieve it. Okay, as long as you can have laser focus on your goal, you shall achieve it, right? Okay, so I'm teaching the difference between energetic spike and energetic stability, all right? And we want stability here, right? Okay, now, a lot of people snap back. What is that again? The snap back, that's you going back to your dominant frequency, right? Quantum surfing is going to feel exciting. It's going to feel like, oh my gosh, these adrenaline rushes. It's going to feel fun, right? It's that surge of expansion when you set new intentions, right? When people set goals at the top of the new year, they're like, oh my gosh, I have this goal, and they're super excited. And then you find, okay, a couple of weeks later, everything has died down. Their energy is different. Why? Why is their energy different, right? So they quantum surfed into this frequency of wanting, having this desire to achieve and to do and to have and to be this person, right? Oh, they're going to lose this weight, and oh, they're going to be this person, and da 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 da, right? But then they always revert back. We see so much. I forgot what they said. I think it's like within the first 2 weeks of people setting their intentions after the new year that they revert back on their goals, that they give up on their goals. All right. Because this is odd. How much, like, I would have thought at least people would have lasted 30 days, but they don't. They don't even last 2 weeks. And I thought that was so crazy. Well, they're quantum surfing. That's what I'm going to call it. Quantum surfing. You can call it what you want, right? So basically, if your nervous system and your subconscious identity haven't adapted to that new level, to that new vibration, to that new frequency, that new identity, if you have not allowed for them to adapt, right, what's going to happen is your body is going to pull you back to the stable version of you, to the most dominant frequency. That's the best way to explain it, right? And so it's not sabotage necessarily, although it feels like that. It feels like self-sabotage, right? But what it is it's safety, okay? Your system is coded to maintain this level of homeostasis, right? And so if you go outside of that, right, your body's way of keeping you safe is reverting you back to your dominant frequency, right? And sometimes it sucks because it's the exact opposite of what we want. It's the exact opposite of what we want, right? But because your body may be used to it, accustomed to it, it's programmed with that. What will end up happening is your body will automatically, on autopilot, revert back to that. All right. We see it all the time with people who have been abused, for instance, right? People that have been abused, right? And they've been abused, and we see them go back to their abuser, and it doesn't make sense to us, right? It doesn't quite make sense to us. We're like, what is happening? Are you sure you want to go back there? And they go back, right? They don't, they know that they shouldn't, right? But why is their being, right, automatically going back to this energy, right? That's their dominant frequency. They're accustomed to being abused. They're accustomed to that. That is their norm, right? And so we see this in life all the time, all the time. All right. We see it in everything. We're programmed. And until you reprogram yourself, only then will you begin to see your 3D reflect something different. Right. But otherwise, you are operating off the same programming that you were when you were a child. All right. And so it's very important that we maintain the vibration. This is so important to maintain the vibration. All right. Consistency. There must be consistency between your thoughts, between your feelings, your identities. There must be consistency in your behavior over time. This is what's going to build that momentum for that new identity. The maintaining of the vibration. See, when you're quantum surfing, that doesn't necessarily change your entire world. That doesn't necessarily change your entire world. But when you maintain the vibration of already having, this is where you begin to see the 3D shift, because you have shown your loyalty, right? Okay. You have overcome the old programming, the old conditioning, right? And now your new norm is that new vibration. And when you are able to maintain a vibration for an extended period of time, your world changes. Okay? Your world changes. All right? So it's basically energetic integration. All right? When you are shifting your identities, it's energetic integration. The integration is so important because this is what's going to determine whether you're going to be able to hold on to your manifestations or not. All right. Do you want to hold on to your manifestations or not? A lot of us are losing the manifestations. You'll get a big bonus, but then, okay, you're broke again. All right. What's going on? Why you got to always be living paycheck to paycheck? Why it's always got to be? No, you don't want to do that anymore, right? Or why are you always self-sabotaging good relationships, right? Or it could be anything. It could be with your physical appearance, your dieting, okay? So the energetic integration is super important. Say I was working with someone who wanted to lose weight, right? They wanted to lose weight or gain weight. It doesn't matter, right? So there's you must integrate the identities, right? As well as the energy. That's what we're basically saying. So I would tell that person, oh, don't just go and all of a sudden start working out for 6 hours today. Don't do that, right? Don't do that, right? Especially if you don't enjoy working out. What's going to happen is if you wanted to lose, say, 50 pounds, you must embody the identity of already having lost it. Okay. So this means you're going to first go into the mind and start tapping into that identity first in the mind, spiritually, creating this identity. Right? Well, I shouldn't say creating. All exists. Everything already exists. What you're doing is tapping into. All right? We're tapping into something that already exists. This is why creation, manifestation you should feel empowered because it already exists. All you're doing is aligning yourself to. Okay? You're just aligning yourself to the energy of the one already having that. Okay? And so, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. And so if you were wanting to lose the 50 pounds, right? What you're going to do is go into the mind first. You're going to start identifying with the smaller person. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I love my body. Oh my gosh, when you look in the mirror, you're going to be like, whoa, this is amazing. I really, really love what I see. Girl, you are looking good. Like, you look amazing. Like, when you start working out, and wow, like, you're going to start admiring yourself, right? And you're just going to start acting like you already lost the weight, because you did. You did. There's a version of you who already lost the weight, right? All you're doing is tapping in with her or him, okay? That's all that you're doing, okay? And so you're in the mirror and you're like, oh my gosh, I look so good. And the clothes that you buy are for the smaller size, right? Hey, hey girl, how you doing? Yes. um and so you're going to start embodying that. You're going to start like making healthier decisions when it comes to food, right? You may not necessarily put yourself on a diet, but you're going to be like, oh, you know what, I think today I'm going to have this, right? And then tomorrow you may have some fried chicken. But you know, after the fried chicken, you may want to grab a smoothie, right? It's going to be an identity shift. See, that smaller version of you, they already have the body. How did they get the body? By making healthier choices. How did they get the body? By making healthier decisions, by getting active, by loving on their body. This is what they did, right? So you're going to have to go and do that. Right? Oh, wow. Sarika, congratulations. Go, girl. Right? Oh, thank you, Shannon. I love you so much. And so this is what we have to remember. It's about not acting like you have to get what it is that you want. No, you have it. This is the key. These are the keys that people miss when it comes to manifestation. Right? All right. You have to, yes, Shannon, you have to feel it. Right? You have to feel it now. We are the creators of our experience. And so if you're not feeling it now, if you're feeling lack now, then baby, you're not going to tap into abundance. How are you going to tap into abundance? Right? You're not going to tap into abundance. Right? If you're feeling overweight, unhealthy, feeling like, you don't love your body, how are you going to create the experience of already having it? The way that you create the experience of already having it is acting as if it is already done. You are the paintbrush. You are the the canvas. You are the clay. It is you. You are, okay, the creative energy that is needed in order for you to shift your 3D, meaning it is you that must be embodying the energy of already having that which you desire. It is you that must embody the energy of already having that which you desire. All right. All right. So what we're doing is, when we're doing it and when we're doing it consistently, we're teaching our body, our nervous system, that our new reality is safe. Hey, Lily. Right? We're teaching our nervous system that our new reality is safe, is normal. Not only safe, but normal. Sustainable. Yes. Yes, we are. Right? And so this is important. The consistency, us building the momentum of the new identity, us showing up as that new version of ourselves every single day. Every single day. Showing up as it already being done. It's already done. Right? And so we want to take these actions no matter what the 3D shows us. This is so important. It's so important. I told you that you are the canvas. You are the paintbrush. You are the pen, you are the paper, you are the typewriter. So if you judge the artwork before it is completed, you won't see the masterpiece. And so it's very important that you lean into the internal knowing of things already being done. You already have it, and not relying on this 3D to show or prove to you that it is already done. Okay. Hey, Shaquilla. Okay. Thank you, Shannon. You guys, I'm in TikTok jail for whatever reasons. I guess because I teach you guys about transforming your life. If you are not familiar with me, I do have a large following over on TikTok. Okay. But I've been going live on YouTube more frequently. And so here I am. Okay. Glad to have you here. Okay. And so again, we're talking about maintaining the vibration of already having it. I think I'm right now in the midst of identity shifting myself. You guys get to watch my identity shifting in real time, like even this TikTok is proof. It's another thing that is that would have been keeping up my old identity. You understand? I started out on TikTok. I'm in the midst of shifting my identity. I have new targets, but I was leaning on TikTok because that's where a large group of my people are, right? That's where my large following is. And so the divine was trying to tell me that, hey, you don't need to lean on that every single day. Count on YouTube, expand, right? And even though it was uncomfortable because, I'm accustomed to TikTok, you got to sort of go with where the divine is guiding you, right? And so the divine took my dang on TikTok away, right? Got me in TikTok jail. That's how the divine will move. See, instead of me getting mad, I was like, okay, divine, okay. All right, I get it. I'm going on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to put my focus there. Okay. Divine knows better than I know. And with where I'm headed, okay, YouTube is the playing the long game, right? And so for those of you who have been with me, you guys know that I want to grow my following here on YouTube. So it's about time that I put my focus into it, right? Shannon says, I followed you over to this platform. It is new, but I am going with the flow. Yes, me too, Shannon. I'm going with the flow, right? I'm going with the flow, right? And I mean, what can I do if TikTok keeps banning me for talking about this stuff? What can I do? It's like I have no choice too, And that's another way that the divine works, because the divine knows that I would be trying to do, if anything, both, like I have been. So, all right. So let's get into an example. Let's say someone quantum leaps into the wealth frequency, right? Okay. You win the lottery. Oh my goodness. And when you win the lottery now, right, that's you able to raise your vibration. All of us can. We can raise our vibration. We can lower our vibration, right? So when you raise your vibration, visualize and receive those opportunities. That is you able to quantum leap over there, tap into that, and hold it long enough to receive those opportunities, right? But if you still feel unworthy, now this is so huge for me because I used to say a lot, oh, I'm so unworthy. Like when the divine would be communicating with me, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so unworthy. Like little old me, like, why are you like almost like, why are you wasting your time? Like, pouring into me. I'm so unworthy, you have bigger fish to fry type of thing. I remember saying this. I am so unworthy, feeling so unworthy of God's love and grace. And this is a shame because the divine wants the complete opposite for us, right? The divine wants complete opposite. The divine wants you to feel so worthy and the divine wants you to prosper, and the divine wants you to feel abundant and be abundant. And the only way we're going to experience that is if we feel worthy of it. That's the only way, right? And so you have to feel worthy of maintaining that vibration in order for you to keep that abundance, right? You must believe that wealth equals less stress or ease for you. You know, some people will think that the more wealth you have, the more stress you have, right? I like to think the opposite. The more wealth that I have, the more ease I will experience, right? Isn't that lovely? Right? If you still feel and act like survival is your identity, like you've got to go, 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 go to get, and have, then that's another clue that you're just quantum leaping, right? You're quantum surfing. And what's going to happen is you're going to subconsciously dim your signals, and the results are going to fade, right? This is where you're self-sabotaging that beautiful relationship. This is where you're losing that financial abundance that you created for yourself.
It's breakfast.
Huh? Breakfast is ready? Thank you. Tell Big Brother to put it in the microwave for me. Yeah, Shaquilla says, I didn't realize until recently I was feeling that internally. Yes. Like, what is up with that, right? Shannon says, we are worthy. The divine has everything we need. We have to desire. Yes. Yes. And we shouldn't feel any type of way for asking and aligning with that energy, right? Shannon says, I keep saying that every day to put in my soul and energy. Yes. Divine has everything I need. Yes. And, you know, we teach our kids this, like, hey, don't ask for too much. Make sure you know, keep it modest. Like, you know, we are conditioned. And so I want to let you know, you deserve abundance and you deserve for your cup to overflow. And yes, you know why they have breakfast for me, girl? Because I make they asses cook on the weekends. Okay. All right. Yes. I'm not going to be the only one cooking in this house. You know why? Because I value myself and my time. So the boys cook in this house, okay? My husband cooks on Saturday mornings. My son, Josiah, cooks on Sunday mornings. And they each have a day in the week that they cook dinner, okay? We are all contributing to this household, all right? Because mama was getting a little worn out with the cooking, okay? All right. This topic today is my confirmation. The most divine have been putting this out. Yes, me too. Okay. But yeah, so if you think about it though, Shannon, I mean, of course they love me, but had I never put those things in, implemented those things, trust and believe, I'd still be the only one cooking up in this crib, okay? But I'm glad that they love me enough to adjust, and I love them enough to adjust as well, and I love myself enough to adjust. But okay, so let's get back into it, okay? Let's get back into it. That's awesome. I feel Mel should cook too. Yes, my son needs to know how to cook for his future kids and his future wife. Okay. Everybody should be contributing to the household. We're not going to be wearing ourselves thin over here. Okay. Even though my little one, Cash, he will still look them right in their face and come right to me and be like, Mom, I need to eat. I'm like, did you just walk past your dad? Isn't that funny how the kids still do that? Okay, so expansion, right? So remember, when we are wanting to shift our reality, we have to expand our consciousness, right? We have to expand our consciousness. So this is where we raise that frequency, right? We're rising into that new frequency in order to tap into what it is that we desire and feel worthy of having, right? And so the integration part is going to be where we hold the vibration, okay? Where we hold the vibration long enough for the nervous system and the body to match. See, there's an integration here that's taking place. There's a programming here that's taking place when you're shifting identities. So it's not a time gap, it's a vibration gap, it's a frequency game. That's why I say the easiest way to heal thyself is with frequency, personalized frequencies, of course. If you need a bioscan, the link is in the description, right? But those bioscans are no joke. All right. The bioscans will basically tell you what your traumas are, right? What's holding you back in your life, what chakras are out of alignment for you, how they're out of alignment, if they're overactive or underactive, energy wise, your meridians, how your meridians are operating, because your meridians are like energetic highways for you, right? And so it's really important to know this about your being, because this is the information that's being communicated to the universe. And on top of that, in my bioscan bundle, the technology produces personalized healing frequencies. And those personalized healing frequencies are going to like basically plug your traumas, right? And this is what allows for the integration to happen on a quicker basis. Why? Because the frequencies help you maintain the vibration with ease every single day. All you have to do is press play. Okay. If anybody is interested in a bioscan, please make sure to check out that link in the description. Okay. And so the more integration you allow, the less you chase and the more you sustain, right? Okay. The more integration you allow, the less you chase and the more you sustain. Okay. And this sometimes is hard for people, especially when I'm working with them, to surrender, right? You got to surrender, right? At some point, you've got to stop doing outside of yourself, because the universe has to, of course, you have to go into receiving mode, right? The only way you're going to go into receiving mode is if you can surrender. You got to be able to surrender. Okay, and understand that you've done all that you can do, right? So this is that integration time, all right, as well, where you are holding that vibration, right? Your job is just to hold it, embody it, right? Okay. And that way, again, when you are maintaining a specific vibration, you attract specific things to you. You don't need to force things. You naturally attract them, right? So think about it. The relationships that you see, the people that you've met, did you have to go forcing those relationships? Nah, they came to you, right? They came to you, okay? The jobs, right? Did you have to force those things? Where you live, did you have to force it? Like, these are things that are in your realm. These are the things that you align with. You align with that home that you live in. You align with that job that you're at. That's the vibration that you're sending out to the universe via your nervous system and your aura, right? Your chakras. This is the information that's being sent out to the universe. Okay. Yes, surrendering is my biggest obstacle. I am a giver, not a receiver, and I short myself up. Thank you. I'm worthy to tell myself. Yes. Yes, exactly, Shannon. Exactly. Right? And the surrendering is sort of like, you know what? It feels like a big hug from the divine now to me, because it's like, oh, I can relax. I've done all that I could do, right? I've done my work. I've done my job. And so now the divine is going to take care of the rest. It's like, that's very rewarding. And when you know that you've done what you can do, when you know you've done your part, you can chill. I think we worry. I mean, sometimes we're conditioned to worry, but you need not worry when when you're obedient and do what you need to do, right? So it's sort of like, I know that I can surrender now and feel safe. I trust the divine to deliver all that is for me in divine timing, not my timing. And I want it in divine timing, not my timing. Okay. Because when I force things into my timing, that's when problems have showed up. So it's like, nah, I'm gonna let divine do this, because the divine knows, right? The divine's got it. Divine's gonna take care of it. And so that's why a lot of times we'll see things that we wanted in our lives, but it came out of it's like in the wrong order. And you're like, what the heck? Like, that's not quite what I wanted that, but I wanted this first. And hello, I wanted, yeah, that's what's happening there. The divine knows what you need when you need it. And so we have to lean into that and trust that, right? Right, guys? So it's quantum leaping is basically the spark, right? And integration is the flame that keeps it burning. That's the flame that keeps burning. Okay. All right. Now let's talk nervous system synchronization. I love this affirmation pen that I got last year. It says, I will not be afraid to take up space. I keep looking at it as I'm talking to you guys. Isn't that cool? Affirmation pens, and you write with it. Isn't that awesome? I think that's kind of cool, right? You cannot hold a vibration your nervous system feels unsafe in, right? You can't hold a vibration if your nervous system truly feels unsafe there, right? So if, for instance, you want to manifest true love, but in the past, every time you got close to, sharing your heart, or every time you surrendered your heart to someone, that's when they stab you in the back, it seems like, right? Wow. And now you have a relationship that is, everybody's going to be like, what is that? It's this thing to keep my finger from getting wet. I'm healing right here on my fingernails, so I keep this on so I don't get it wet. And so, what was I saying? Sheesh, I forgot. Where was I? I think I was talking about relationships. Where was I, Shannon? Brain fart. Was I talking about relationships? Yeah, I was on relationship. Okay. Self-sabotaging, I think. Yeah. Okay. And so anyway, that's why you may maybe meet somebody and then you sabotage that relationship, right? You don't want to self-sabotage that relationship, but you do, because every time you've gotten close to love in the past, every time you've gotten close to love in the past, you've been hurt, right? So you're conditioned now to keep yourself safe. So you will build this wall up. Right. And so you quantum leap because you see somebody and they're attractive and, oh my gosh, you want this. And oh my gosh, it's everything. And this person is perfect. But now you get into it and, oh my gosh, now you're scared. You're like, what the heck? I'm afraid and I don't know if I can do this. And, you start doing all the things and start worrying and start stressing and doing all the things that are the complete opposite of, how you would want to be feeling. And so that's your body's programming coming back up to surface. Remember, I say you're always going to revert back to that dominant frequency. So who do you think you are? Who are you? Who are you truly? Right? And so that's the question that we need to be asking ourselves on a daily basis. Who are we? Who am I? Because who you feel you are, that's who you're going to see in the 3D. Okay? Who you feel that you are, that's who you're going to see in the 3D. So if you feel like you are a victim and you feel like you've been hurt so much in the past and you feel like, people have disappointed you and you are a victim, that's what you're going to continue to experience. Okay. If you feel like you are a lifesaver and you are a fun person and people just love to be around you and they can't stop thinking about you and getting enough of you, right? They can't get enough of you. Those are the experiences that you will have. If you feel that you are a healed version of yourself, if you feel like, love is fun, and if you feel like love is easy, and you feel like, these things, that's the experience you will have. So your identity is really what is running the show with your nervous system and your aura, right? Who are you? Okay. Who are you? All right. And so you can use breath work. You can use grounding. Let me see what time it is. 11:52. You can use movement, right? Physical movement. All of these are ways to help your body expand to feel safe. So maybe after a breakthrough moment, you can, with like a client or with a partner or with someone, right? Or with an idea even, you can breathe deeply, stretch, and let the nervous system absorb it before you move on to the next thing, before you move on to the next goal, right? So you really want to sit with the feelings. You really want to sit with it and transmute that energy at that time. That's really going to help. You can't quantum leap your body. It has to come with you, right? Your body has to come with you. Okay. And so your nervous system is anchored into this realm right here where we are. When you open your eyes, that's where your body's anchored. Now, if you want to tap into something different, you're going to have to anchor your body elsewhere. Okay. Right. And you can do that with, again, physical movement. Right. All right. Physical movement and maintaining that vibration. So each person has an emotional home base, like a baseline, right? Emotion that they feel, that it's like this default emotion. Do they feel at peace? Do they feel anxiety? Do they feel guilt? Do they feel happy? Do they feel feisty? What is it, right? What is yours? So to maintain a new vibration, you must raise your emotional home base, home baseline, home base frequency, right? I mean, of course, if you're trying to, of course, I think we're always trying to lift our vibration, lift our frequency. So we want to go up, not down. That's for sure. All right. But whatever your baseline is, that's really what you're going to start from. That's why I say the 3D is a gauge. The 3D is a gauge, right? Okay. So take a look around. What do you see? What do you see in your love life? What do you see in your lifestyle? Right? What do you see in your home life, in your work life? What do you see? All of this is important. It's giving you back information, right? What emotion feels like home to you when you wake up? What emotion feels like home to you? right? What's your dominant base frequency, right? Okay. And then I want you to begin living from the emotion of the identity of someone who already has what you want. How would they be feeling on an everyday basis? What would their dominant frequency be? Right? Okay. I see a bunch of overwhelming emotions, but I now say stay thankful. Yeah, we can be aware. We can see and acknowledge the different emotions, right? All right. But it's okay to breathe through it. I love that you are aware of it. It's okay to breathe through it and transmute it, right? Transmute it in real time, right? You have the power to do that. Yeah. And I love that you're not taking those emotions personal. Okay. Yeah. You just continue to say, be thankful and say thank you for the stages of demand in my life. Yes. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Me too. I am so very grateful for all that I endure. I am. Right. If we're enduring it, we're strong enough. We're going to make it. Right. If we're going through something, trust and believe we are made to overcome it. Better believe it. So and so when it comes to that maintaining, we're doing that synchronization, maintaining that vibration, right? Integrating the energies, right? We also want to think about the environments that we're in. Everything in your environment emits frequency, right? And so clutter, people, routines, media, social media, TV, all of that, that all emits a frequency. And to hold your new identity, your environment too has to reinforce that which you desire. It has to reinforce it. So, for instance, if you want to become a nurse, but you're in school to become a gardener, your environment is not supporting the identity shift. Make sense? Right? So we have to really be aware, really be present. Okay. You want to curate your space to reflect the version of you and who you're becoming. Okay. It must reflect the version of you and who you're becoming, right? And so you want to set energetic boundaries with people as well, right? Or even spaces that may trigger regression, right? So if you know by you going to certain people's homes or going to a certain club or going to a certain place always puts you in a certain frequency, all right, don't go, right? So it's about discipline, right? There much discipline is required when we are wanting to level up, and especially when you have grand desires. You cannot move the same as you used to, you know. And your frequency, the vibration that you hold, is going to be a direct reflection in the 3D. So the 3D is going to reflect right back to you exactly what you feel worthy of, what you are embodying, the frequency you are maintaining on an everyday basis. Yeah. Okay. So here goes some tools for holding the new frequency. Let's talk about these really quickly. Okay. So in the morning, you can do a morning identity activation. All right. You can speak affirmations from your new self as if you are already them. Right. So as the embodied version of me, I choose peace, power, and overflow. That's an example, right? Okay. This is you acting as if it's already done. Again, you are the paintbrush. You are the artist. Okay. So you must be the tool. Okay, you must be the tool. Oh, you like that, Quilla? You like that? Okay, let me repeat it for those who missed it. Okay. All right. In the morning, I'm going through tools that'll help you with holding that new frequency. All right. So in the morning, all right, you can do a morning identity activation and you can speak affirmations from the identity of already having, for example, right? As the embodied version of me, I choose peace, power, and overflow. I love that. I love that. Right? You can also do some breath anchoring. Use deep, coherent breathing anytime you feel that old identity creeping in. I must say that this has helped me tremendously here in 2025. Breath work. It has been a game changer. I asked the divine what was my focus for the year. And the divine, while I was in Puerto Rico in January, gave me breath, gave me the word breath, brought it to me. That was what I needed to focus on. And it has been a game changer. In the midst of you feeling antsy or wanting to revert back to the old identity or your old ways, implementing breath is going to be so key to easing into that new identity. So make sure that you guys are implementing breath. I inhale deeply with my nose, hold it, and I exhale. And I push that exhale out for as long as I can. Okay. So use that breathing to help you. It's really going to make a difference. It seems so minor, but it's us retraining that nervous system in real time. Nervous system communicates with the universe. Universe reflects to the 3D. 3D reflects back to us. It's a mirror. What's going on inside. So, yeah. You can also utilize movement, right? Movement. Now, I tell my clients to pair all of these things up with the BioScan bundle, okay? If you need a BioScan bundle, the link is in my profile in the description. But that BioScan bundle, again, um, uh, it's going to be amazing how years from now people are really going to understand how powerful this is. We are ahead of our time for the ones who have tapped in with it with me. But once you do, you will realize how powerful this is. Frequency treatment. Having your own personalized frequencies for your body, for your traumas, for your limiting beliefs, for your traumas, for your chakras is so powerful because it's way faster at helping you heal than you listening to general frequencies on YouTube, right? When we listen to general frequencies on YouTube, they're good, they're helpful to us. But if your body requires a specific frequency, and you give it to it, you're going to see major shifts in the information that's being sent to the universe on your behalf. Okay. You're going to see major shifts. All right. Again, if your nervous system, your chakras, and your aura, if that's what's communicating to the universe and creating the 3D that you see, you need to ensure that the communication is what you want it to be, right? All right. It's what you want it to be. Okay. There's different breathing techniques that you can implement. Are you in the mentorship program? If so, we did the workshop last week and you can look at the replay inside of the program. Okay. That is what I need, the BioScan. I need frequency healing. I'm listening to my frequencies right now as I'm talking to you guys. I am listening to my binaural beats. This is how simple it is, right? If you're on the go, you can listen to it in the car, on a walk, while you're exercising. This is what maintains my vibration. This is what maintains my chakras. When I tell you it is life changing, it is life changing, right? Because anything can happen today. I can get into an argument. I can get into, I could have a bad day. Well, I don't have to worry. I just go and turn on my frequencies. Okay. So, and they just did an update to the system. And when I tell you, it's just amazing. It's amazing. My goal is to get these healing frequencies, and I'll take out my earpiece so you guys can hear it. And yours would sound different because you will have different frequencies, right? These are my frequencies. They're made for my body, right? So the technology, we have technology now that can do all of this, right? The technology can listen to your voice and it can say, oh, here are your energetic distortions. Here you have some trauma that's stored in this aura and this aura and this aura right here. We need to take care of that, right? It's gonna say, hey, your chakras are out of alignment here. You need to address that. But it helps you address all of these things by generating personalized frequencies, right? Okay, personalized frequencies. All right. Oh yeah. Okay, good. I need to upload that. I can't do it. I'm live on YouTube right now. I need to upload that replay to YouTube so that I can post it in that community for you guys. Okay. So it just depends on what you're focused on, right? When it comes to the breath work and how long you hold it. But like just regular me, like, okay, sometimes like before I'll go live, I'll do my breath work and I'll just breathe in as long as I can. Then I'll hold mine for 3 seconds and then I'll exhale for as long as I can. That's me personally. But there are different techniques too for the Quilla. Okay, this is that. See, I'd be like, I have to piece. This is that Quilla. Quilla, don't you need to do your rescan? Is this that Quilla? Don't you need to do your rescan? I don't know if this is that Quilla or maybe another. Okay. So where were we? Gratitude too. That's another way to help yourself. Okay. Gratitude is another way to help yourself when it comes to maintaining the vibration, right? Because gratitude is going to stabilize your frequency. If you are continuously giving gratitude for something already being done, baby, that's powerful, right? Okay, because the universe is like, what you keep giving thanks for something already being done. Oh yeah, it must be done, right? So the universe is going to be like, okay, we got to find this and we got to find this because apparently this happened. Apparently this is, this is the reality that she's tapped into. So you giving gratitude, giving thanks for something, right? Over and over and over again, staying in that gratitude loop. Oh my gosh, that's powerful. Because why else would you be giving? You would only be giving thanks unless you would only be giving thanks if it already happened, right? You would be giving thanks. Yep. Now what about frequency regression signs? Like if you're reverting back, what does that look like, right? Well, when you're over explaining your work, that's a sign. Did you know that? You over explaining yourself That is when you know you slip back. When you got to over explain your worth, okay? All right. When you procrastinate or seek permission, then you know you slip back, okay? You know you're not maintaining the frequency that you need. Because if you got to ask for permission, baby, it ain't yours. Or you don't at least feel like it, right? When you chase validation, that's letting you know that you've reverted back, right? Because when you know your worth, you're not really looking for others to validate you. You're just not, right? You don't care what other people think, and you do you. You don't feel a pressure to prove anything or prove anyone wrong or right. I don't waste my energy proving anyone wrong or right for the most part, except for my husband. I've got to prove him wrong. Anytime you're thinking, oh my gosh, this won't last, that's a clear sign you've reverted back to your old frequency. So when you experience signs like this, I want you to stop. I want you to breathe. I want you to re-anchor, right? And I want you to remind your body that you are in safe expansion, right? You're safe, okay? All right? Is this making sense to you guys? I really wish I was at my whiteboard. So which identity are you rehearsing more? The old one or the new one? You got to ask yourself. Which one are you rehearsing more? Which one are you embodying more? Right? Because repetition equals reality. Repetition equals reality. Yeah, I said it. But that means that's easy, right? All you have to do is repeatedly do something over and over and over again. I always tell you guys there's 3 ways to reprogram yourself. Through trauma, through super exciting experiences, and through repetition. Okay? Whichever identity you practice on a daily basis is the one your field stabilizes around. And when I say your field, I mean your 3D. That's why it's important to know who you are. Who are you? Right? And they want to put so many labels on us. Wife, mother, politics have labels. Sports teams, you have labels. You got labels for everything. Now, by you categorizing yourself, you are holding up that frequency. You are tapping into that frequency, right? Okay. So just know that you're claiming that energy. All right. So the goal isn't to quantum leap. It's to quantum live. You don't want to be quantum surfing. You want to maintain your vibration, right? You don't want to lose the very things that you worked to manifest. And you're not trying to hold the vibration of the new you. You're learning to become the vibration. Okay. Embodying, basically. That's what we're doing. We're embodying. Again, you are the tool. You are the tool, right? It is you. It's so much quieter over here than TikTok. It's so much quieter. Let's go over a couple of journal prompts and then I'm gonna hop off of here. Okay. And I'll give you 2 mantras as well. Okay, let's see. I might show you guys the instrument. Okay, when do you feel, okay, here are your journal prompts, okay? When do I feel the most like my higher self? Okay. When do I feel the most like my higher self? That's a great journal prompt, all right, to work on. Another journal prompt. What daily habit lowers my frequency the fastest? What? Yes, that's a good one. What daily habit lowers my frequency the fastest? Okay. Your mantras will be stability is my new expansion. And my body is safe in abundance. Okay. Awesome. Okay, let me show you guys the instrument. Hold on, guys. Just clean my whole office around, okay? So this is the instrument that my clients use every single day. This right here has my frequency combination here for my frequency treatment. Cash, make sure to bring that back. Okay. And so your instrument is going to have your frequencies on there too. Right? And so everyone has personalized instruments because we're all different. Right? We all have different traumas. We all have different limiting beliefs. So we all have different combinations. Right? And what I love, let me see. Oh my goodness. This right here are my chakras. Okay. This right here are my chakras. You can see. Okay. How balanced my chakras are. Okay. Right here, the blue is showing one day when I went to the dentist, right? And I was in pain. So I scanned myself because I'm like, I need to see what this looks like. And this is what I saw. So I instantly sent my frequencies to my body. And then my chakras went right back into balance. So it's really amazing how fast these frequencies operate. Now, why is this so important? Because your frequencies are what's communicating to the universe. The universe speaks a frequency language. That's the language of the universe, frequency, right? And so you got to speak the universe's language. And the language that, well, what is being communicated is what's in your nervous system, the vibration, the frequency of what you're holding in your nervous system, your entire being, your aura, the makeup of who you are is vibrating at a specific frequency. This is what's communicating to the universe. The 3D is simply a mirror. Okay? The 3D is simply a mirror. All right. And so this is very important when it comes to your manifestations, and people don't realize it. But I mean, how will you manifest the true love that you want if your heart, your solar, or your root is out of alignment? Okay. And it's not always just the heart for relationships, right? We have other other chakras that impact, right? That impact this. Okay. Okay. If there's anybody who wants to take action today, then I'll offer the angel cell. Okay. The regular price for my bundle, when you go to that link in my bundle, link in my description, you're going to see where it says healing, get a bioscan. This bundle right here for everything, the 4 trauma reports, the meridians report, the chakras report, and the instrument and bonus affirmation audio. The regular price for that I charge is $200, right? You can use your frequency instrument every single day. But if you type angel in the comments, then I'm offering a $50 off coupon. I'll lower the price to $150, all right? But that's for when you're ready, okay? When you're ready, type angel in the comments, okay? All right, so let me show you guys the chakras and why this is so important. Right? The chakras and the auras. Okay. Shannon, you should have a credit. I know you should have a credit. Miss Shannon. Shannon, you should have a credit, dear, if you want to use your past funds. Yes. Okay. Shoot me an email. And then I will shoot you your thing, your instructions. Okay. So here, guys, these are your chakras and your auras, right? Okay. Now, your chakras and auras are all connected. Okay. And so you have auras that are all connected to a specific chakra. So the etheric aura right here is connected to the root chakra, right? Now that etheric aura is red. That root chakra governs your stability, your confidence, your ability to make money, your foundation, right? So all of that is governed in your root chakra. Okay? Now, in your root chakra, if that root chakra is imbalanced, then that's going to cause a problem in your 3D. Okay? Let me explain something. The root chakra right here is connected to that etheric aura, right? This is grounding your safety, stability, groundedness, your immune system. So if you've ever gone through certain things that would have caused trauma in that etheric aura and it got stored in that etheric aura, that would have caused an imbalance here in the root. Okay, so if you've ever gone through things like childhood neglect, poverty, financial instability, abandonment, unsafe home environment, bullying, loss of a parent, witnessing violence, homelessness, chronic fear, lack of basic needs met, physical abuse, early illness, unstable caregivers, divorce in early childhood, overly strict discipline, any of these things, right? Then that would have caused trauma in your etheric body aura. Now, when you have trauma stored there in that etheric body aura, it's going to have a chain reaction. Now in your root, your root chakra is going to be imbalanced, and now you're going to have these symptoms. If you experience chronic fear, insecurity, lack of trust, difficulty grounding, survival mode mindset, if you feel unsupported, if you have anxiety about money, if you feel disconnected from the body, if you have a low sense of belonging, if you're in victim mentality, right? If you deal with lower back pain, immune issues, leg pain, colon problems, fatigue, money issues, weak immune system, bone density issues, blood circulation problems, adrenal fatigue, weight instability. All of these things are signs. These are signs, symptoms that your root chakra is out of alignment. Now, this is key. The sooner you learn which of your chakras are out of alignment, the sooner you can start shifting your 3D. See, that root chakra is now going to have a chain reaction. The 3D, they're going to be unstable. They may have money issues. They may not be able to produce a healthy relationship because they're confident. They lack confidence, right? They lack they lack stability, right? So we've got to know what's going on with your chakras and auras, and that's how we begin to help you transform. Okay, that's why you need the BioScan bundle. Link is in the profile, guys. Okay, all right. That bundle is super powerful. Let me go ahead and do an angel cell right now. Okay, this way, anybody who is interested in that BioScan bundle while I am live, you guys will be able to take advantage of the discount. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to lower the price down. Okay, for 3 people get to take advantage of the discount. Okay, let me lower that right now on my end. Okay, all right, so now as I go through these, if you feel like a BioScan bundle will benefit you, then you can take advantage of that discount. Okay, I do 3 slots. All right, Shannon, she is getting hers done, so she's going to take up one of those slots, but 2 more people will be able to take advantage of that angel cell. Okay, regular price is $200, but I do offer that $50 discount. Now again, the reason why you want to get this BioScan bundle is because the sooner you learn what's going on in your traumas, your auras, your chakras, the sooner you can start repairing. That technology, the same technology that finds your issues, finds your distortions, is going to also correct you with personalized frequencies. Okay, that's why this is such a game changer. All right, let's move to the sacral chakra. All right, that one right there is connected to the emotional body aura. The emotional body aura. So this is going to be orange in color, right? And so that's tied to the sacral chakra. Now, the sacral is governing your creativity, sensuality, your pleasure, your healthy emotional flow. All of that is governed there, okay? All right. And so we know that if you've ever gone through being essayed, right? Body shaming, toxic relationships, emotional neglect, divorce of parents, abandonment by a parent, suppressed emotions, okay? If you dealt with rejection, criticism of creativity, if you were shamed around your sexuality, if you dealt with over-controlling parents, okay? Lack of affection, if you were ignored emotionally, if you dealt with early heartbreak, cultural shame, all of these are signs that your sacral chakra may be out of alignment. These are experiences that you could have gone through that would have caused you to experience a little setback, right? Okay. Now, here are the symptoms of an imbalanced sacral: shame, guilt, fear of intimacy, addiction, suppressed emotion, low creativity, emotional instability, difficulty trusting, over attachment, lack of passion, pleasure avoidance. All of these are signs. These are all signs that your sacral is out of alignment. Okay? Sacral is out of alignment. That's going to be a problem because here are the manifestations. This is what it's going to be like. Okay, you're going to experience shame, guilt. You're going to have a fear of intimacy. Here are the symptoms of an imbalanced sacral. Okay, you're going to have suppressed emotions, low creativity, emotional instability, difficulty trusting, over attachment, lack of passion, pleasure avoidance. Okay? Did I say addiction if you're addicted to anything? Okay, if you deal with reproductive issues, menstrual problems, urinary infections, bladder infections, hip pain, lower abdominal pain, sexual dysfunction, kidney issues, lower back pain, right? Cyst, infertility. All of these are signs. Okay? These are signs, guys, that your sacral is out of alignment. Okay? Hi, Delilah. How you doing, honey bunch? Okay, I'm going through the chakras and the auras so you can start gauging your health, your well-being. If you're not liking your love life, your health, or your physical well-being, or your finances, then there's something going on in the chakras and the auras. Okay. So we just went through the root and the sacral, guys. Now we're going to go through the solar. Okay, now we're going to go through the solar. So if you've ever experienced any of these, your solar plexus may be out of alignment. Okay, right? If you have ever been criticized, heavily criticized, bullied, controlled by your parents, failure shamed, perfectionism pressure, dealt with perfectionism pressure, emotional abuse, constant comparison, conditional love, not being heard, over responsibility as a child, being blamed often, authoritarian parenting, shamed for your mistakes, lack of encouragement, gaslit. If you experience any of these, your solar may be out of alignment. We're going to go through the symptoms. Okay, we're going to go through the symptoms. Okay. If you experience low self-worth, okay, overthinking, anger issues, fear of failure, people pleasing, difficulty making decisions, lack of confidence, power struggles, self-sabotage, control issues, then that solar plexus is out of alignment. If your solar plexus chakra is out of alignment, that's a problem. Your solar plexus chakra is tied to that mental body aura. This is going to be yellow in color, right? This governs your self-worth, your willpower, your identity, your confidence, all right? Okay? Okay, so we've got to make sure that we are making sure that each of our chakras are healthy. And trust, we have over 100 chakras, guys. We have over 100 chakras, okay? But because you need to go through some level of expansion in order to reach higher chakras. We're not even going to talk about many others because many people will not ever reach those levels of consciousness. Okay? So here, let's talk about the physical ailments of the imbalanced solar plexus chakra. Okay? So if you deal with digestive issues, okay, Mava says all three of mine are out of alignment so far. My goodness. Oh, wow. She said explains a lot. Exactly. And they should have taught us this stuff in school. It's kind of crazy, right? That's why I'm calling this stuff out one by one so people can start gauging themselves. But when you are ready, make sure you look into the BioScan bundles because the BioScan is going to show you. It's going to tell you everything. Let me show you guys a sample report. Like this stuff is amazing. Wow, look at this. Look at how in depth these I'll pull these up. Okay. Sorry guys, hold on. I want to show you guys what the trauma reports look like, so you'll see. Look at that. Right? So this is an example of a trauma report, right? So you're going to get 4 of these. Everybody gets 4. And the 4 that's produced are going to be the 4 that your body needed. It's going to be what your body is trying to tell you, right? And so these trauma reports are really, really powerful because, again, they tell you your traumas, what's holding you back, what's keeping you from progressing. It's also telling us how it's affecting your body. It also gives us ways to correct. And what it's going to do is it's going to give us frequencies that you need, okay? So supportive note right here is the F, okay? Supportive color is lime. So that means in your instrument, you're going to see F. Here goes F right here. Okay. So you're going to see F in your lineup. Okay. All right. There are tons of reports, guys. All right. So you're going to get what your body is trying to tell you. Okay. That's what you're going to get. Simply that. So these are much more effective than the frequencies, the general frequencies on YouTube, right? Because, of course, they're going straight to your problem areas, going straight to your traumas, okay? All right? That's why this is key, guys. That's why this is key. All right? It's life-changing. All right, let's get back to this. Okay, so digestive issues, ulcers, liver problems, gallbladder issues, diabetes, stomach pain, acid reflux, chronic fatigue, muscle tension, metabolism imbalance, solar plexus is out of alignment. Okay, solar plexus is out of alignment. Okay, right? Oh, I can't clap on here. Can I clap? No. Someone just grabbed a bioscan, but I cannot, wow. It's not letting me clap for you guys. Sorry, I'm so used to doing that over on TikTok. Okay. All right, so I'm going through all of these, chakras and auras so that you can start gauging your emotional, physical, 3D health, basically, right? And the sooner you learn which chakras are out of alignment, which auras are affecting you, storing traumas within, and you start doing the healing work, the sooner your life, your 3D can start to shift, all right? Okay, so now let's move to the heart chakra, okay? All right, if you've ever gone through any of these, then the heart chakra may be out of alignment, okay? Loss of a loved one, abandonment, divorce, betrayal, heartbreak, rejection, okay? Hi, Jennifer. Emotional neglect, unrequited love, grief, loss of a parent, loss of a pet, unforgiveness, lack of affection, toxic relationships, overgiving, isolation. If you've ever gone through any of these, that's letting us know that your heart chakra may be out of alignment. Okay? If you feel like your heart chakra is out of alignment, raise your hand. This is a problem. The heart chakra is connected to the astral aura. The astral aura. That astral aura, right, that's bridging your love, your connection, right? So if your heart chakra is out of alignment, this is not good because this is governing your compassion, your forgiveness, your ability to forgive, your ability to have healthy relationships and balance in your life. So we need to make sure that we are always, always keeping our chakras in alignment, because this is what's communicating to the universe to reflect back the 3D that we see. Okay? The 3D that we see. Okay? All right. So here are the symptoms of an imbalanced heart chakra. All right. If you are emotionally numb, okay. If you are bitter, dealing with bitterness. If you fear love, if you have a difficult time forgiving, if you are codependent, if you lack compassion, if you deal with loneliness, if you fear intimacy, if you are closed-hearted, then your heart chakra is out of alignment. If you have heart disease, lung issues, asthma, chest pains, high blood pressure, circulatory issues, upper back pain, shoulder tension, poor immunity, breathing issues, the heart chakra is out of alignment. Heart chakra is out of alignment. Okay. The way that I keep my chakras and my clients' chakras in alignment is through frequency, personalized frequencies, right? The way that I help my clients heal their traumas is through bioscans. This technology is next level, guys. Next level. Frequency medicine is the future, right? It's the future. Okay. We're ahead of the game, right? But I want you to understand how powerful it is. Okay. How powerful it is. Let's listen to this review. If I can get it to play.
I would say it's I don't know, type of experience to say, because it was like mind blowing. Everything that I thought about myself, the scan showed everything that was revealing, even my health issues that secretly that I didn't say out loud. It shows that, and it gave me a new identity to work on and what things I need to improve. I advise anyone and everyone to do the scan, to show where you're at, where your health, where your thoughts, where your mind, where your frequency is at. If you're trying to heal, this is a great tool. I just can't even say I am so pleased and thankful that someone came up with this technique to help other people to heal, to break through. And this is the best experience that I had in 2025, besides going on vacation. This right here was mind blowing, and I think everyone should do it.
Love it, right? Love it. I always got to turn mine on because I tell you, I feel naked. I feel naked without it. Okay, let's get back to it. Now we're going to the throat chakra. Okay, throat chakra. All right, and make sure you are putting in the comments which of your chakras you feel are out of balance, out of alignment. Put it in the comments. Okay. So for the throat, this one right here, all right? Yeah. I have tons more. When you guys go on to my link tree, link is in the description, you're going to go down to healing, get a bioscan, right? And this talks about I'm telling you guys about the bundle right now. The Angel Sale is running. It's $50 off of that regular price right here. Okay. Oh, also make sure you guys are grabbing the freebies. Okay, the High Vibes Guide. Okay. This is a salt healing guide. Make sure you guys are checking these things out. I show you here how to utilize natural salts to help heal yourself as well. But right here is a video. It's 11 minutes long, and it's back to back reviews. Just back to back reviews of people talking about it.
Mercedes, and I just had one of the best awakenings ever with Nikki. She has definitely given me tools that's going to help me not only heal but accelerate in life. I suggest anybody to get the bioscans done. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything just to know who you are as a person, where you're going, and how you can heal from those things that you may have thought you healed from. The service was definitely a 10 out of 10, and I would definitely recommend her to anybody.
Just back to back. Kristen's on here talking about her and her kids.
Of my two children who are 15 and 13. Everything that I went over
Okay, Quilla,
is very accurate. For my own self, speaking on the things that I know about, I know that a lot of those things need to change, and I know that a lot of those things that she talked to me about, I'm working on. So I'm very excited to continue to make those better for myself. And as far as my children, those seemed accurate too, and I'm very excited about getting them listening to the music and trying to help them with the issues that they're having.
Love it. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of these, obviously, but yes, guys, don't just take my word for it. I love being able to bring people honest work, work that really can help people if they apply it. Hey, Abby. Oh, you have, girl. That's dope. I like that. I like the way that sounds. Okay. I like the way that sounds, Abby. Okay, now. Especially with this new identity I'm trying to step into. Okay, baby. Okay, baby. All right. Okay. I'm liking that. Love all of that. Okay. Let's hop into this throat chakra. Okay. If you were silenced as a child, ignored, punished for speaking, if you were ridiculed, if you were shamed for self-expression, if you dealt with authoritarian parenting, okay, if you were bullied, gaslit, if your creativity was suppressed, if you have a fear of rejection, if you had to hold secrets, family secrets, any type of secrets, then I'm telling you that guess what? Your throat chakra may be out of alignment. The throat chakra here may be out of alignment, right? And when that happens, you're going to now develop a fear of speaking your truth. Your creativity is going to be suppressed. You're going to have a difficult time expressing your needs, fear of judgment. You're going to deal with social anxiety, inauthenticity, right? You're going to deal with all of these symptoms because you had trauma that you have not yet been able to heal from, right? Okay. Thyroid problems. This is connected to the throat chakra. Sore throats, neck pains, jaw issues, dental problems, ear infections, TMJ, voice loss, tonsillitis, laryngitis, right? All of these are signs, symptoms that throat chakra is out of alignment. Okay? Throat chakra is out of alignment. Okay, any healers or coaches in here? If so, raise your hand. Do we have any healers or coaches in here? Let me see. Any healers or coaches in here? Raise your hand. Okay. Jennifer says yes. Awesome. Absolutely. So I love that for you. And do you know if your throat, your third eye, your crown chakra is in alignment? Right? So for my fellow healers and coaches, you always, we want all of our chakras to be in alignment. But if you are not able to receive your intuitive messages, if your third eye chakra is out of alignment, you will not be able to receive those messages that you need in order to move forward, right? So it's so important as a healer and a coach to know our own energetic health, right? We got to know our own chakra health, our own aura health, what are our own limiting beliefs and things like that. Yeah. And so I was just going to say, for healers and coaches, we got to make sure our third eye and crown are in alignment. For sure. If your third eye is out of alignment, you're not going to be able to trust your intuition. And if that crown is out of alignment, then we will not be able to receive the messages from the divine. And so, wow, you stopped speaking for 5.5 years? Oh my goodness, girl. Oh, sweetie pie. I love you so much. I'm glad you found your voice again. I'm so glad you found your voice again, Jennifer. Wow, you are here to help the masses, right? Wow, that's amazing. So for the third eye, if your intuition was ever invalidated, right up here, guys, third eye, if your intuition was ever invalidated, okay, if you were ever gaslit, if you were not believed when you tried to speak your truth, if you were criticized of your imagination, right? If your spiritual gifts were suppressed, if you were lied to, if you had to deal with parental manipulation or constant confusion in the home, excessive control, mental abuse, lack of guidance, shaming of your dreams and visions, right? If your feelings were dismissed, if your insights were neglected, these are all examples of trauma that would have gotten stored, right, in your celestial body here, okay, that indigo color. And so that's connected to that third eye chakra. It's going to cause an imbalance here. If you have trauma that you haven't resolved and it's stored in your auras, it's causing holes and rips and tears in your aura. Now your energy force is leaking. Your life force is literally leaking from you. So this is why this is all important. They don't teach us this stuff, but it's super important, guys. Okay? We don't want the chain reaction of the auras being affected. They're the first line of defense. We don't want the chain reaction then hitting the chakras. And so now, if they've hit the chakras, now the chakras and the meridians are affecting the organs, the emotional being, the spiritual well-being, and the physical well-being, your 3D that you see. You see, all of this stuff is connected to your body. Don't you guys hear me calling out these physical ailments? If you are diabetic, right? Is there anybody in here who is diabetic? If you are diabetic, raise your hand. Right? That's tied to a specific chakra. Okay? Right? If you go through If you deal with ear aches, raise your hand. That's tied to a specific chakra. See, this is why it's so important that we don't just, right? Okay, see, high blood pressure right here. In your report, I'm going to show you right here. Okay. Hold on. High blood pressure, that's connected to your heart chakra. Okay. That's connected to your heart chakra, that green. If you're diabetic, that's connected to the solar plexus. All of this is located inside of that bundle, that bioscan bundle. Okay. Yes. Right. So everything, all of this stuff is connected to a certain chakra. If it's tied to a certain chakra, and your chakras are tied to your auras, well, we need to make sure that we are mindful of the traumas that sit in our aura, right? Okay. So let's see, did we do third eye? We did the experiences, but let's go through the symptoms. Okay, if your third eye is imbalanced, okay, it's going to cause a lot of confusion in your life, lack of clarity, distrust of self, right? An overactive mind is going to cause blocked intuition, okay? It's going to cause a disconnection from your inner wisdom, okay? It's going to cause fear of visions, your own visions. It's going to even cause difficulty focusing. You may have a difficult time focusing sometimes, or poor memory. Okay. So if you experience extreme headaches, eye strain, insomnia, seizures, sinus issues, neurological problems, okay, endocrine disorders, learning difficulties, all of that is sitting in that third eye chakra. Hormonal imbalance, nightmares, that's all up here. There's an imbalance here. Okay. I'm calling these all out so you can begin to gauge these things in your own personal life. But the way that I help people, my clients, transform their lives rapidly is with bioscans. So in the bioscan bundle that you get with me, you will receive, okay, trauma reports. 4 trauma reports. Those trauma reports are going to basically tell you what is going on within your body, what is limiting you, what has been getting in the way, right? What over all these years, what's been getting in the way of what you've got going on, okay? And so the sooner you know what is stopping you, how it's affecting your body, because it's going to tell us that, right? Here it says thyroid, bladder, sacral muscles for that person. Oops, sorry. If they let this continue on, if they don't currently have these issues, it will show up, right? So you get an opportunity to be proactive with your health, okay? I just had a client call. I was on the phone with her at 10:30 last night, and she was telling me how the ailments that came up on her vitals was accurate, right? And so this stuff is really, it's really accurate, guys. I mean, it's next level. This is next level. You can be anywhere in the world, okay? My clients are all over the world. I scan you virtually, okay? And so we figure out where those traumas are affecting you in the body, right? And then it tells us what your frequency is. What frequency should you be listening to, right? In order to balance yourself back out, the traumas, the chakras. So that's what it's doing, the technology. It's advanced technology. It's utilized by doctors and science. There was a doctor that scanned me at the top of the year That's how I found out about the technology. And I instantly knew that my clients would need this. Okay. Because of the information that it provides, this is so beneficial to my clients that are really trying to level up. You get a way to measure your emotional health, and it's really, really powerful. It's really life-changing. It's validating, right? I think what's amazing is that just people are just so sometimes amazed by how accurate they are, right? Want you guys to hear a couple of quick reviews about the Bioscan?
Hello, my name is Susan Vecchio, and I have just experienced the most magical healing experience of my life. I've had major trauma since I was a little girl, and it's affected my whole life, and I didn't know how to fix it, what to go, where to turn. I was just confused, and as an elderly adult going through your life without any kind of guidance, it's been tough. But this experience that I have just had has been absolutely phenomenal. I don't even know how to explain it. The sense of feeling of having a plan, steps to go, things to do, accomplishments that can be made. For the first time in my life, I actually have a plan for me that is for my benefit. I can't recommend this to any higher than that. It's life-changing. It's just priceless is what it is. And I'm so grateful to her. So I highly recommend her. Thank you.
One more.
Hey guys, my name is Khalil Boyd. Anybody interested in transforming their life, anything you're struggling with, Nikki is the person to go to. I'm telling you right now, man, she gonna put you on game. She gonna make you feel welcome. She gonna make you feel comfortable. She gonna let you know what you're struggling with, and she gonna give you ways how to heal it, move forward, and be the best possible person yourself. So I'm telling you right now, tap in with her. She's gonna change your life. Peace.
Wow. Love it. So grateful for people. Turn that back on. Okay. So the last one is the crown chakra, guys. Make sure that you guys are taking advantage of the link in the description, okay? There is an angel cell going on right now. You want to go right here to where it says healing, get a bioscan, okay? And you'll see the bundle here. This is everything. This is everything you need to start shifting your life right now. If you're feeling stuck, you need a bioscan, right? If you have started your healing process, your journey, you need a bioscan. If you have been feeling sort of like, why isn't like my partner showing up? Like, why isn't that abundance showing up? I've been doing all the things. If you've been feeling like that, you need a bioscan, right? So this is the regular price that I charge. Again, this is science-backed. And I want you to understand that there are doctors that charge $1,200 for this exact bundle, guys. $1,200. Okay, I'm trying to bring this to the everyday person, all right? So right now, while we are live, this is down to $150 for 2 more people, okay? One person already grabbed their bundle. Okay, so only 2 more people get it for that $150. Then it goes back up, all right? So make sure you guys are tapping into the link in the description, all right? And so now I'm going to go back and close this out with that crown chakra. Okay, that crown chakra. I call these out because for the people who cannot afford a bioscan bundle, you want to make sure that you're still gauging your chakras and auras every single day. Why? Because this is what's communicating to the 3D. I'm sorry, to the universe. The 3D is a universe. I'm sorry, a reflection to the universe, right? Like, what are you telling the universe? What is your nervous system communicating? That right there is what is being sent out to the universe and being sent right back in a mirror to you in the 3D. So you're looping if you're not careful, because what most people will do is they'll look at their 3D, they'll react, and then they will create an experience and they'll stay looped there. Okay. Now, when you are healing yourself and leveling, you cannot do that, right? You have to You have to ignore the 3D, or at least just use it as a gauge, right? And create, still embody what it is that you desire. Okay, you must embody that which you desire, not what you have, not what has been your norm. Okay, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. And so that's another reason why the frequency instruments that come in your bioscan bundle, why this is such a game changer. Because the live today was about maintaining your frequency. And this is the easiest way to maintain your frequency. So right now I'm able to maintain my frequency because this is my frequency combination. You're going to have yours according to the traumas that are pulled in your voice, the limiting beliefs that are pulled in your voice, right? Thank you guys for showing out in the live and liking this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And so that's why this is so next level. This is why this has been the game changer for me and many others, because it is giving us a way to personalize our emotional and mental healing. Okay? We can measure our emotional health now. We can literally measure it. This is a previous score. This is a current one. Right? This is, I mean, it's just so amazing. Okay, we can literally, these you're going to be provided with these keys as well in your bioscan bundle. See, you want the bioscan bundle because the bundle is going to be your key to your healing. Okay, your bundle is going to be your key to your healing. How you're asking. First, let me show you everything it comes with. It comes with 4 trauma reports. Trauma reports. These are reports of things that are holding you back. What's sitting in your aura that's holding you back? They're going to look something like this. There are tons of reports. Okay. You're going to get the reports that's made for your body. Right. Okay. And so it's also going to tell us where those traumas are sitting. And then it's going to give us the frequencies you need to be listening to correct. So you get 4 of these reports. You get a chakras report. We need to know which of your chakras are out of alignment. Okay. How it's acting. Is it overactive or underactive? You get a meridians report. Same thing. Okay. And you get the key, the star of the show. This is life-changing, guys. A lot of you guys are on YouTube, right? You're on YouTube. And what are you doing? You're listening to general YouTube frequencies, right? You're listening to Solfeggio frequencies. Okay. This is what you guys are listening to right now, right? This is 528. This is so... this is like... Okay, let me explain it. It's like taking, Okay. So this may be a bad example, but okay. It's like taking aspirin for a stomach ache. Okay. The aspirin is a pain reliever. Okay. Evelyn listens to her frequencies every day. Yes, Evelyn, she got her scan. So she's listening to her personalized frequencies, right? Good job, Evie. So it's like taking aspirin for a tummy ache, okay, instead of taking Pepto-Bismol or Tums. Okay, so aspirin is a pain reliever. So you think, oh, it's a pain reliever, so I'm going to take it because my stomach hurts. But what's really better is for you to take the Tums or the Pepto-Bismol, right? Because your stomach is hurting. So listening to these general frequencies, they're beautiful. They're beautiful frequencies. make sure you're listening to a trusted source, of course. But because some people don't, they're just putting any frequency in there. You won't even know. But they're just trying to make $1, right? And so you need to know that it's very important that you are listening to personalized frequencies, because these general frequencies are what I started out with 17 years ago. And so that is what, I don't want to say it slowed up my healing process, but my healing process, baby, if I had my personalized frequencies 17 years ago, you'd be looking at a different woman. So if I could go back and help my clients, right, this is how I would do it. I would go back to I would go back and I would take personal frequencies with me. But they didn't have this technology to this easily accessible, 22 years ago when I was studying mindset and stuff like that. So, did we close out with the crown? Okay, let's close out with the crown. I feel like, did I? The crown chakra is connected to that etheric template, like that causal body aura. Okay. And let me go here. And that's going to be that like purplish in color. All right. So if you ever went through spiritual abuse, if you ever went through spiritual abuse, religious dogma, okay, sorry, it's blurry on the screen. Yikes. Okay. Religious dogma. If you ever felt abandoned by God, or you lost faith, or went through extreme depression, isolation, okay, if you felt disconnected from spirituality, if you dealt with authoritarian religion, if you dealt with fear-based teachings, or karmic trauma, or generational beliefs, or if you ever felt purposeless, or you had cultural disconnection, if you were disconnected from your culture, right? If your spiritual gifts were suppressed. Okay, all of these would be signs, all right, that your crown chakra may be out of alignment. And I told you, if you are a fellow healer and coach, you need to make sure that you're in alignment, because your crown chakra is what receives those divine messages that you need in order to lead. Okay. Now, for your symptoms, okay, if you have any of these symptoms, then of course, right, then you will want to pay attention, because that might mean that you have an imbalance in your crown chakra. Okay, in the crown chakra. All right. If you feel like a loss of purpose, if you have like a loss of purpose right now, then your crown chakra may be out of alignment. Okay. If you feel hopeless, if you feel disconnected from source, if you're spiritually confused, if you feel isolated, if you experience extreme depression, okay, if you deal with migraines and neurological disorders, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, sleep disorders, chronic exhaustion, mental illness, brain fog, epilepsy, autoimmune issues, then I want to let you know that your crown chakra may be out of alignment. Okay, I won't know until I scan you, but you can start gauging. Okay, you can start gauging. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, so You guys, I am in TikTok jail. So I am going to be on YouTube Live until I am able to go live again on TikTok. But you guys know that I do both sometimes anyway. But I know that it's time for me to start focusing more on YouTube. Okay. Because I can't deal with all those weird violations and stuff like that. I just cannot do that. I'm not doing anything wrong. And so I want to make YouTube my home, you know, and I think we can have great success here because the replays get saved. The replays get saved, right? And don't we love that? We love that because not all the time will you be able to make it, right? And I get that. We all have our own lives. But the replays, that's the heavy hitter for me. So, I want to wish you guys a happy Sunday. Next Sunday, I will not be having class. It's my birthday. Well, I'm not going to call it my birthday. Baby, I'm leveling up. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the right name I'm going to call it. I finally figured out what I wanted to do. It's like an upgrade, you know. And so I know for a fact that I won't be on because my father's going to be in town. So Evie, I won't be there, but look out for an email. Okay, look out for an email. Happy New Year. What? Girl, I ain't gonna be gone that long. I'm not gonna be gone that long. No, it's just next Sunday. So we might just do a makeup class, or I might just do a pre-recorded class or something. Oh, yeah. New Year Essential. Okay, I'm like, what? Next year? Like, come online? I'm tripping. Say your channel name on there. Maybe the reason. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm tired of that. Like, what in the world? Right? Like, what in the world? So, yeah, personal New Year, new cycle. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I'm trying to look at it like an upgrade somehow, some way. Yes. Definitely heard of that solar return. Yeah. All right, guys. Happy Sunday. I love you guys. So yes, join me. I'm gonna be on YouTube in the mornings. That's what I've been doing now. So I'll go on, anywhere between 6 and 7. Yeah, 6 and 8 because I gotta get the little one to school, right? Yeah, look for me on YouTube. So hit the notification bell, guys. Make sure to hit that notification bell. Yeah, fully enjoy. I am, Jennifer. Listen, you ain't got to tell me nothing, okay? Divine said, listen, I'm banning you from TikTok, girl, okay? You be on there too much, okay? And you said that you wanted to be one of the best speakers of this time. So you can't do that. You can't keep giving so much of that over there. Listen, Divine sit my ass down, okay? I know what it is. And I'm going to be obedient. See, the Divine always got to pull. See, the Divine know, okay? Because Divine know I'm going to be consistent with that TikTok, okay? And Divine's like, sit down and relax, okay? Sit down and relax, okay? I need you to be putting some energy into that new identity of yours, okay? Jennifer says, Evelyn says, I know it's weird, but I'll be looking for you on YouTube. Jennifer says, this was so healing and helpful. I was looking to upgrade my algorithm here in YouTube and I found you. Okay. Chakra healing is so important and I like how you teach. Yes, same. I am so grateful for you guys. It is such an honor to be here with you guys. And the replay will be available. Now, I was on here 2 hours long, so give YouTube time to upload it, but it'll be here. I love you guys. Yes, oh my gosh, Devon was like, stop watching all that stuff from the old time. Right, exactly. Exactly. Yep. And so, you know what? I've learned the hard way that I need to listen to the divine when the divine's trying to move me, baby. Right? Like we need to listen, right? Okay. So, okay, divine, use me up. Bye guys. Love ya.